What's up, everyone? Welcome to Benched with the Tovar Brothers. My name's Joey, joined by my brother, Big Ainge. What's up, man?
Hello. I don't like Big Ainge, but hello.
It's one of those nicknames that's been gone. It's been around too long.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to shake it.
Yeah, no.
Episode number 79. I ain't going to try to name famous 79.
Who? Former Eagle. Brooks. What's his name?
Brooks. Oh, Brandon Brooks.
Brandon Brooks. It's the only guy.
Former Texan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Texan Eagle. Great guard.
It's the only guy I can think of.
Wednesday, January 17, 2024. Nice pool, by the way. Wednesday, January 17, 2024. Halfway through January. How are the old resolutions coming for you?
Great.
It's going to be a lot of February resolutions going on.
A lot of you know what? We must have at the start, but you can always restart.
Yeah.
This is the land of second chances, man.
Yeah, listen. There's a little word of encouragement to you. If you've blown it, just start in February.
Yeah.
The worst thing you do is all right, well, 2025 is going to be a good year.
Also, if you start in February, you have a couple of days to kind of just still do whatever you were stop doing. It's just how it works.
Super wild card weekend is wrapped up here. We're looking ahead at divisional round, but we will talk about the Eagles-Bucks game. Those two teams going forward, Bills-Steelers as well, and where those two teams are going forward. And then, of course, a lot of news going around, and coaching and personnel and different stories that have come out since our Monday episode. If you're watching here on YouTube, thanks so much for watching.
Hi.
Oh, God. I thought you were actually looking at someone.
Oh.
You turned like you're actually looking at someone. Yeah, that was very friendly.
I'm looking at them.
That was very friendly.
And you. I'm looking at you.
Yes. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for joining us. We've had a steady crew with us all year long, slowly growing, and we want to thank you for that.
The bench warmers.
For the bench warmers. Spending anywhere from 30 to an hour.
Yeah. Whatever we
in our early episodes, we kind of pushed it. We didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
2 hours.
Yeah. We're sorry about that.
Sorry, I wouldn't have watched that either.
You didn't watch. Yeah, most of you didn't watch that second hour, and that's fine. That's
right.
fine. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We love you guys. We are marching our way here toward 100 episodes. That sounds like a thing.
Yeah, that's gonna happen post Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we gotta have a couple big things for that.
That's the thing about this show, man, is that we're not gonna slow down after the Super Bowl because we are both such off-season nerds.
Once the show ended on Monday, we literally look at each other like, I love off-season talk. It's just all about speculation and it's on paper, so you can kind of piece together stuff how it looks. And it's just awesome.
Yeah, we have a little surprise too for the draft here that we'll keep under wraps for a little bit here. Maybe announce it next week or a week after. But a lot of shows coming up here, and you're going to want to follow, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, stuff like that. We're coming at you 3 times a week, no matter what. Hopefully with a little bit of humor, a little bit of nonsense.
We should do 3 times a week,
and just I'm not doing that. And just a little bit of information.
Hey,
a little bit of information.
More like a nugget of information.
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough to where when you're at work, you have something to say.
Yeah.
You have something to share.
Yeah. That's all you need.
Really got off the rails here. Yeah. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, tinfoil and a hat, however you listen to the show, thanks so much for joining us on the audio version of Bench with the Tovar Brothers. What?
If you listen on us at tinfoil and a hat, good for you.
Yeah, please leave a comment if you're able to do that. Morse code, maybe.
Morse code.
Thanks for giving us.
Yep.
That's what Morse code sound like.
Yeah.
Instagram, X, TikTok, those platforms are all killing it. We are just about at 100 followers now on the TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Angel manages that. He is our TikTok connoisseur,
Wow.
our TikTok concierge, the concierge of the talk.
Yeah. So if you ever talk to our page, what?
Talk.
Oh, if you ever comment on the page,
if you ever TikToking to us, it's Angel.
I have never. That's not a saying.
Oh, come on.
TikToking? God, you sound so old right now, old man.
I'm going to be 35 in 2 months.
I'm going to be 30 in a month.
I am old. I'm owning it now. That's who I am.
Hey, we're in our 30s, man. 30s is where adults have fun. That's what I've been told. 20s are for find yourself. 30s for doing stuff.
It's getting deep.
Yeah. Deep. Let's open it up.
I was just telling people that you're. Jeez. We found a nerve.
Let's open it up.
It's okay. You're going to be all right, Angel.
We're talking about age.
Hold the football.
No,
hold the football. You're going to be fine.
Maybe feel old, too.
Jeez, yeah. So Angel's managing TikToks. That's all I meant to say.
How did we get... Okay.
Right. Follow us on that. And Angel's emotional journey as he journeys into the 30s here.
Yep.
Instagram, as I journey through my 30s now, past toward 40. Jeez.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
You're old.
Don't say that. And then on Twitter, I'm usually fighting with someone on there, so follow that. It's pretty fun.
That's always fun. No, I was going on our Twitter. I'm like, where's it at? I know I'm going to find it.
You know where it is?
There it is. I find it. Joey,
I always forget if I'm on my personal account or if I'm on the bench account. So sometimes I'm just cussing out Ed Warder.
You fucking...
I can't stand that guy. Or Robert Griffin or the Emmanuel Ocho guy.
Who's that Bears fan on NFL
I don't
Network?
mind Rank.
Yeah, Adam Rank.
I don't mind him. I know you don't like him.
He gets very Bearsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really struggle to get through that. But yeah, follow us on Twitter for all that good stuff. Let's just put an end to that while we're still ahead and get to the news. That song is like calming to me now. Okay, I'll stop procrastinating here and we'll get to the news. The news of the day, at least for me, is Eagles center Jason Kelce has told teammates and family and everyone around him, except the media, because it's typical Jason Kelce, that he played his last game on Monday night. He was retiring from the NFL per Adam Schefter, and he hangs it up after 13 seasons, 6th round pick in 2011. I remember he was picked. It's awesome. 6 All-Pro selections, 7-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ, started 193 of 193 games. God. Just a warrior, 6-time captain for the team, and also known around the city of Philadelphia for a lot of philanthropic. There it is. Work around the city there. Just someone you're proud to have represent your organization.
Hell of a dude.
His jersey hangs on my wall for a reason. And let's hear it for. You have a cup here?
No, I don't.
Nope.
And here we go.
Here you go. You got to open that and drink that now.
Oh, no.
It's so old.
It's so old.
But no.
It will remain up, too.
Yeah, I almost wore it today.
One of my favorite players in this era.
Yeah, really.
I love Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
He's just like a regular dude who's a really good center, big beard, like tough guy, kind of crazy white boy on your team, and then turned into he was like on the list of 10 sexiest men, right?
No, he won.
He won. Man. Yeah. So
sexiest athlete.
He's making it for all the normal guys out there who look normal.
That should be listed on his accolades.
Yeah, that's impressive.
No, I mean just a hell of a career. There are 4 other centers who have earned at least 6 All-Pros. I'm not going to name them because we don't know who they are, but all of them have made the Hall of Fame. So
he's a first ballot.
Pretty much first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Eagles, I'm guessing a statue. I'm guessing the Ring of Honor. The whole thing. He was just the face because he was so much more than he's the best player. Because he was the best player on our team legitimately for a couple years. Might still be. But he was the face of the franchise. He was like the guy.
At center,
which is, just
that's rare.
Crazy. Obviously, he had the #1 podcast there for a minute. Maybe still does. I'm not sure. I'm sure the future's bright for that as well. I know Travis is flirting with retirement too. Not yet going to do it.
Yeah, he said no, but he's getting
at some point here. Yeah. Podcast could be the full-time gig. Although, I had an idea.
I have an idea too.
Yeah. So I know your idea. So
no. I have a new idea. I thought of it right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's what I bring. New ideas.
That's what people know you for.
Yeah.
That's what people say about you.
Idea guy.
Hey, do you know Angel? The new idea guy?
Mr. Creativity? Oh, I love that guy.
Yes. That's the guy.
Love that dude.
Okay. I think, so his best friend is Jeff Stoutland, legendary offensive line coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Who that is.
No one knows who that is. Offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles, widely respected around the league. Getting up there in age. Mm-hmm. Okay, he came in with Chip Kelly, actually, a long time ago. I think Jason Kelce should step in as the assistant offensive line coach and eventually take over that gig. You think what?
So you know how ESPN has the Manning cast?
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, the Kelce cast.
The Kelce cast.
With 2 Ks, the Kelce cast. You have Travis and Jason talk.
It's a genius idea.
It'll rival the Manning cast, and you want to see them.
It's a genius idea.
Yeah, it's gonna. Once Travis retires, next year or whatever. But
it's a genius idea.
Yeah, you want them to be. They're great on camera, obviously. Yeah. They're funny. They're great, and I think that'd be fantastic.
I don't think the Mannings are too funny. Is that just me?
They're okay. I think their guests are phenomenal. That's where they're
I feel
phenomenal.
Like if you're a certain pigment, if you shop at certain stores and live in certain type of communities,
Marshalls,
if you're going to Bloomingdale's, and you wear a lot of pleated khakis.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. I think you think he's hilarious.
But we just said 2 white guys, Travis Kelce and Jason.
But these are different kind of white guys. These are some Ohio dogs. Not clean-cut guys. I guarantee Kelsey's not wearing no pleated khakis. Either of them. Yeah. I'm just saying, I think it's a great idea. I think that'd be really good. The Kelsey cast is easily marketable.
Kelsey cast.
And they're right there with the ESPN.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great add to that team. And then in the playoffs, you could bring them on on set.
It's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic idea. Yeah. But props to you, Jason Kelsey. I'll be having a drink for you this weekend. Yeah. Just in honor of the man, the myth, the legend. Of course, the things that pop up about his career, the legendary speech at the parade.
I wanted to play that at the beginning of the show.
I thought about it, legendary. It's 5 minutes long.
Just drunk.
It's 5 minutes long of drunk mumbling. But it's special, fantastic. It's all those things. I always thought it was cool how he was just constantly long hair, long beard, short beard, gray beard, shaved head. He was just always changing it up, but always looked like just a mountain man.
He had those freaking thick ass eyebrows and a big old beard, and short beard and short hair, and what a stud. And also one of the sexiest men in it, live apparently.
Yep, athlete version. Yep, sexiest athlete alive.
There you go.
I think he's pretty sexy for the big guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not calling another man sexy, but yeah,
I think he's a sexy man.
Okay, go ahead,
say it.
Do it.
The other thing I'll remember him for also is just being the undersized, being crazy athletic, such a fit for I think Chip Kelly is the first one to unlock him. Yeah. In that fast-paced offense where you're pulling guys a lot, and he was just made for it.
The one good thing that came from that Chip Kelly offense.
Yeah.
Like the one.
Yeah. I mean, Chip drafted him. Chip drafted, I believe, Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. So his imprint's still here on the Eagles.
Really? He drafted those guys?
I believe so, yeah.
That's wild.
Yep.
Attaboy, Chip.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, man.
But yeah, Jason Kelsey, right off into that.
Is that Jason
sunset.
right there on the desk?
I don't think so.
Or is that just Santa Claus? It looks like Jason.
Santa Claus.
He looks like Jason Kelsey.
He looks a lot like, he looks a lot like.
Okay.
That's Jason Kelsey there on the album there. Also released 2 albums. I mean,
yeah, he's
no big deal.
He number one podcast, is on multiple albums.
He's going to do whatever he wants, especially in this media age. Yeah. I mean, whatever he wants. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to you. We're going to stop loving on Jason Kelsey now and move on here to some coaching news. Okay.
So, which one? Okay. There's so much.
Let's start with the Falcons. Over the last couple of days, the Falcons have interviewed Bill Belichick and Jim Harbaugh for their head coaching vacancy. And I'll just say this. Hey, I think you're looking in the right direction here.
Yeah, those are pretty good candidates. I'm surprised. Are you surprised that they took those interviews?
No, because I think the Falcons are crazy talented.
I'm gonna say, I think I'm overlooking the what's it called? The allure of being the head coach of this team.
Yeah,
you have young guys all over the place. Yeah,
I think it's an owner who's definitely willing to trust his people that he puts in place. He's let Arthur Blank do whatever he wanted, even when it didn't make sense. Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith. And I think there's talent on the roster. You look at Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Drake London. We know the guys, Kyle Pitts, all those guys. Some decent talent on the offensive line.
Lindstrom's one of the best guards in football, and a bunch of decent guys around him. Yeah.
Yep. And then a rejuvenated defense that, they added a lot in free agency, but they're young guys.
AJ Terrell as one of the younger guys.
Jesse Bates,
one of the best safeties in football. Now
these guys are gonna be around for another 4 or 5 years at least.
Yeah. So
I think it's an attractive job because I saw a I don't want to. It's from JPA Football and they're a little sketch. But it's a report saying that basically Bill's looking for a team that is talented but underachieving.
Bill Belichick?
Yeah, Bill Belichick. Yeah. Is that what I said?
I thought I said the Bills.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Bill Belichick is looking for, and probably Jim Harbaugh. And that's more of of course they are. But yeah, someone like that is not looking to build something from the ground up.
Yeah.
They're looking to come in. They have some pieces. Just no one has known what to do with them yet.
I mean, they're only one game out of going to the playoffs. They're not really, I think they're closer than I thought. Looking at the roster, it's a pretty good roster.
Yeah, Harbaugh obviously also interviewed for the Chargers job. So far, no Vrabel interviews.
Do you think these are legit spots that they
I think Harbaugh and Belichick are not wasting their time. They're going places that they can. I think they're saying no to people they don't want to go to.
Okay,
right? I mean,
yeah. And Belichick more likely is he's not going to go certain spots.
Can't you see a Belichick? With Arthur Blank, just sitting down and just
talking about the old times.
Arthur Blank just looking at him like, how do I start a job interview with the best coach of all time? And Bill just says, look, this is how this is going to go.
Look,
and then just lays it out.
Arthur, shut the hell up. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go to Cincinnati. Okay. And then Arthur's like, okay, where do you want me to sign the check? Is it Bill or is it William? Or what is yeah.
Billiard.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on those. We're not reporting a lot of the interviews going on just because there's so many. But I thought it might be a good thing to flag those and kind of keep them on your radar. Moving ahead here to the Dolphins. GM Chris Greer, the architect of that Dolphins team, said that it is the goal to have Tua Tagovailoa. Man, I'm killing that name now.
Tagovailoa.
Mm-hmm. I'm a real host now. In Miami, long term. Tua has 1 year left on his rookie contract, and he says they will continue to communicate and negotiate throughout the offseason.
Show me a contract.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You've had 2 years to get this done. Show me a contract.
Yeah.
You can say all you want. Say he's our guy. Then sign him.
We both think he isn't the guy.
Yeah.
So
I think that team's really talented.
But he has to say that right now. Like,
Yeah.
what is he going to say? Like, hey, we don't really want this
We're
guy.
actively looking for a quarterback.
We're in the market.
If you know anybody.
Tua, I'm not sure.
Tua, the guy's gonna.
Tua's brother is actually going to be in the draft this upcoming year. A quarterback from Maryland.
Yeah.
Moving out of here.
What's his name? His first name?
It starts with a T, but
Probably
it's
some
also,
basic like
No. It's
Jack.
It's a name.
Okay.
There's ethnicity.
Tua,
Hawaiian.
Lua.
Name. Nope. I'm not gonna make fun of it. Other news here with the Dolphins. It was reported that Mike McDaniel is not interested. Is open to giving up offensive play calling duties. Now something has to change. That's what happens when you're a first round checkout. After all that money, after all that talent, that has to happen.
Don't like it.
Hate it.
Hate it.
That might be the one thing they're good at.
You're good at that.
He had a bad game against the Bills. He had
Bad
a bad
against the
plan
Bills.
against the Bills.
Yeah.
But no.
That's
the thing to
like
do.
telling Bill. No, false.
We both talked about that. If you're going to keep Tua, the only thing to do is run it back and hope you're healthy.
Yeah, you running back. Hope for some luck is on your side.
Have a good draft.
Yeah.
Be sneaky in free agency, but run it back. Okay, looking ahead here, the Lions Buccaneers playoff game, and this is kind of cool, is poised to spark $20 million in economic boost for the city of Detroit. Another little added bonus for the city of Detroit, as they, of course, win their first playoff game since 1993. They're now going to host a second playoff game, have a good chance of winning it against the Bucs, and also the community is going to
shout out to the 313
infused with cash. I mean, they are riding high.
313. Yeah, that's great. I mean, Detroit. We saw people crying.
It's exciting, man.
If they win another one, it's like, holy crap! Could Detroit?
Listen, they're going to be favored against the Bucs.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
they're gonna be favored
as
against
they
the Bucs.
should be.
They beat them, I think, 20-9 already this year.
I mean, it's not really a weird thing for us to say. Like, I kind of lean the Lions here.
They're more than likely going to be in the NFC Championship game, which is, I mean, we all season we were saying, can they make a run though? Can they make a run? This team looks like they're ready.
Yeah,
they're ready to make a run. They're getting the best shot. Aiden Hutchinson, I was so proud.
Yeah,
of him, being that dude.
Dog. Capital Dog.
So yeah, exciting times there in Detroit, and also cool to see Eminem there.
Yeah, a hoodie and hat all the time since 2001.
Longtime Lions fan.
Yep.
Yeah, just there representing the 3-1-3.
I wonder how much Eminem songs they played during games.
So many.
Probably so much.
Over under 10 times.
The DJ's probably like,
yourself.
Oh God,
Lose Yourself is all over.
Yeah, it's probably ingrained in the bathroom.
Yeah, just on the wall. Okay, over to Pittsburgh here. Now Tomlin had he had a rough game. He was without his best player, his captain on defense, his All-Pro pass rusher T.J. Watt, and I thought they put up a valiant effort. They fought.
They hung around. Yeah,
Mason Rudolph.
We'll get to it when we do a
yeah. So he was obviously a little emotional in his press conference. He was asked about his contract. He literally just did the lips, looked at the reporter, and walked off the stage.
Bitch. And
then he walked off. Okay, yep.
He thought that.
Yep. And then it came out after Tomlin has already informed his players he'll be back next year. Tomlin doesn't go anywhere. That's the right decision. You don't fire Tomlin. I know we've been a little critical of his at least we're 500 title, but who are you going to get besides Tomlin?
Yeah, I think if you fire him, he quickly becomes the top head coach
immediately.
And hire Tomlin
immediately.
Falcons whatever you want.
Yeah,
Mike.
Their issue is what the frustrating thing about them is that the issue is what we've always known it to be. You know, quarterback.
Quarterback.
That's it.
I don't care who the hell Kenny Pickett thinks he is.
That's
not Kenny Pickett. Get to that later.
Get to that later. A little offseason talk here. The Vikings are listed as a potential destination for Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson.
Okay, this is like this. This has to be in case they don't get Kirk.
Kirk coming back.
Yeah,
he already said God gave him a lot of money, and he doesn't need a lot anymore. So he's going to come back at a discount. Him and O'Connell are just like best friends. They kind of look alike.
Let's only be like $5 million off. I'll give you $5 million off my $45 million minimum contract.
He's going to be back. Jefferson has already like said like I want Kirk Cousins back. Like he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But just in case, and this is going to come out against Russell Wilson. He's going to be the consolation prize.
Yeah.
For around the league for someone who just needs a quarterback to step in.
I think he'd be him and Kirk. That's expensive, but like that's solid. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Russell as a backup is like the best quarterback in football.
Yeah.
And then Kirk, he was doing phenomenal this year, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, and we don't know. I mean, Russell could have. I mean, he had great numbers this year. He was playing an offense that was designed for a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Because they didn't let him do anything.
Yep. Nothing.
So things. I mean, I think he still has a lot of value in the league. Like he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in the league for a while. Seems to be just like an awkward guy, but a good teammate. I mean,
you don't hear a lot of teammates. I mean, this year I didn't hear a lot of teammates.
The Seahawk people just hate him for some reason.
Yeah.
But no, I think he's not he's not some cancer in the locker room.
Right.
He's kind of an oddball.
Right.
Kind of a goof.
He's shown this year too that he can. He doesn't need to be the team 3.
No,
social media.
Just one of the guys.
Yeah.
Probably was good for him too.
I like it. Okay.
Shout out to Russell Wilson, man. I love you.
I don't know if this is a New York media just love to hate their teams, but I believe there's a beat reporter. I'm not gonna P. Leonard, NYDN. I don't know who that is, but I think it's a beat reporter. He said that there is reports that head coach Brian Daboll has very destructive sideline antics.
Oh,
A team source said he, quote, has no composure on the sideline.
You ever watch a Giants game? He has no composure.
Losing it. Yeah. Is this a kind of an attack job on the coach there from New York media, or is this a thing? I mean,
he was the same way when they had a good record.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a bad thing. Okay,
no, I think
that's
he's
how
just
he coaches.
That's just him. Like, if you don't like how he coaches, he just coaches tough.
Right.
I think a lot of old coaches who were good coach tough. I mean, it's up to your own if you think he's a good coach or not. It's up to you if you think he is. I know you don't really think he's a great coach.
I think he's a great offensive mind as a coordinator.
Yeah. But no, I think the yelling and screaming is just part of him. He's gonna have a heart attack. He's got to chill out a little bit.
So you think it's a little more New York media?
Yeah, and he's also a little bit what's it called? You ever seen that interview after like post game? He's a little bit snappy.
Yeah,
a little bit like back off. Yeah.
Last thing here, Derrick Henry revealed that he was very close to being traded at the deadline to a couple different teams. Both of which are in the playoffs now. I'm thinking Packers and Ravens.
Bills up there. Ravens would be, yeah. Oh, Bills are so weird. I don't know. They just cut Leonard Fournette.
I wish they would have traded him. Yeah, they did cut Fournette.
Yeah. Shout out to Leonard Fournette.
You know why, though? Tyler Johnson's killing it. He's been perfect for them.
That's how far
what they need.
Fournette has calmed down. Tyler Johnson beat him out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gone. If he's saying this kind of stuff, he's not going back to Tennessee.
Well, he also said he's not going anywhere as far as leaving the NFL. He said he's back. He says he feels like he has a couple years left. So we'll see Derrick Henry somewhere next year chasing the championship. That's all he's interested in.
I mean, there's so many teams top of my head that would love Derrick Henry.
Now, at this point in their careers, I believe he's 29.
29? Yeah.
He's 29. Saquon's 26. If you have a little bit of money and maybe a 2-3 year deal, who are you giving it to?
Depends on the team, but I would probably give it to Derrick Henry.
Really?
You could build an offense around Derrick Henry. I mean, you could do the same for Saquon, but Derrick Henry, I just kind of trust him more because he has less injuries than Saquon.
That's true.
He's been kind of an Iron Man. Yeah.
Dependable.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with Saquon, but it's Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, it's two A players. Yeah, we're picking.
What's your flavor?
Yeah.
That's all I got as far as news.
Don't remember that commercial? What's your flavor?
No.
I have no idea who it's for, but it just popped in my head.
You know the commercial I saw recently on swiping through whatever, probably on the bathroom.
You gotta be.
It's a commercial where the lifeguard and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercial. Where he's like blowing the whistle.
Blow the whistle. Yeah.
And they're like, and I used to remember the one line. Is it the 10 lines?
Yeah. That's some old school
I may have
stuff.
lost everyone there, but yeah. That's
these old millennials here talking about old commercials and how TV was better in the 90s.
Do you feel old yet?
No, I feel great.
Okay, you're turning 30 now, right?
Yeah.
How many 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds have you been around lately?
I work with a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you hang out with them, do you feel old?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
They talk about stuff, I'm like,
that's when it hit me. I remember the first time it hit me, I was at a college playing basketball with a bunch of guys. And the guy I was guarding, I was 28 at the time. And the guy I was guarding was younger, and I thought, how young is this guy? I was keeping up with him.
Yeah.
And I remember asking him, how old are you? And he says, I'm 18. I thought, oh my gosh. I have reached the point where I am a guy playing a pickup game, guarding someone 10 years younger than me.
Yep.
That's when it hit me.
Yeah, it, like I said, I work with young people.
Dominated that game, by the way.
Dominated the boards.
It immediately took him to the box.
Take that, baby.
I'm just kidding. What are you going to say about your coworkers?
I find myself gravitating towards the older coworkers now instead of the younger crowd. Mm-hmm. Like, they're more must be more cup of coffee, talk about politics or old music or whatever. These young kids talking about whatever I don't know what the hell. Yep. 29, going on 30. So the mind of 18-year-old, but the body of 80-year-old.
I still have a new segment. We should have a segment in the show, and it's more of like an icebreaker or like finishing segment where we call it 30-something. 30-something. And it's something that we're realizing now that we're 30-something. Whether it's a new ache that you're feeling, like, hey, when I wake up, you need to rotate the old ankles a little bit.
30-something. When I wake up, make sure I stretch the old left hip. That one's a little tender.
If I'm on a long drive, let's step out of the car for 5 minutes.
Yeah, crack the old back.
Let's stretch the hips out a little bit. Yeah. It's a good segment.
Also, I don't know if this is age or not, but like, I'm leaning. We do this a lot. A little cup of wine with any movie, or like just kind of, just like kind of a casual, nice. Yeah, I feel like that's sophisticated.
I think you start to slow down. You start to value comfort over really above anything else.
Well, I try to. I'm too. What's it called? I care about how people look. Like, I'm very aware.
Vain.
There it is.
You're too vain.
I'm too vain to like.
I'm talking about how you relax.
Oh,
and I've seen you relax. You definitely value comfort.
You get pretty comfortable.
Pretty comfortable and just straight to the sticks.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
How do we get here?
We're just chatting, man.
Okay.
We're just chatting.
Okay.
Let's take a break here. Then we're going to get back into a couple of game recaps. Eagles, Bucks, Bills, Steelers. Be right back. Okay, we are back. Good news segment there. A lot going on. Also, some good life talk there if you're going into your 30s, which I know our demographic. That's, I think, over 50%. So,
really?
Oh, yeah.
28, hey, guys.
20, 35, something like
that. So we have no appeal with the young crowd. That's all that tells.
Very little. That's what the TikTok is about.
I got you. Okay, cool. God, old.
Let's get to the game recap. Okay, let's get into Steelers-Bills first. That was the first game on. Of course, after being postponed, it was supposed to happen on Sunday.
Yep.
And postponed there. The stadiums looked beautiful visually.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
And then towards the end of the game, it looked pretty damn cold.
Yeah.
Because the sun went away.
It was very cold.
And then you're reminded, this is still Buffalo.
You know what? Kansas City and the Bills, right, hosted these really cold games where it was a little bit iffy how you're going to get there. It felt like a real, like, the community was very unified in this. We just break the elements to get into the stadium, and the atmosphere was dope.
Yeah, I saw a lone terrible towel just for 2 seconds being confident, and then just put it right back down. Like, yeah, Bills Mafia is pretty strong. What a cool
shout out to those fan bases, man. Just great fan bases there.
It's
in
one
Buffalo
of the best ones
in KC.
Yeah, how do you not love the Bills Mafia? Dope name one.
Yeah,
they're like it's just like Green Bay, but like East Coast edition. Yeah. It's just a fun. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. The Bills here win pretty easily, and most of them picked them to win easily here. The Steelers were
close.
Very hurt. Was it close?
The Steelers hung around then a late touchdown. But yeah, I think it's closer than people thought. I thought.
Yeah, I mean, 31-17 was the final score. There's Josh Allen scored a late touchdown to kind of put it completely out of reach. I never felt nervous for the Bills. I guess I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
But the Steelers put up a fight like most people expect them to get steamrolled here, and they could have. Bills at home, Josh Allen playing well. Like this could have been a very lopsided game, like the Eagles game or the Cowboys game. But Steelers fought, and that's what they do under Mike Tomlin. That's why you don't fire that guy. Yep. But they did not throw the ball well, did not run the ball well. They struggled across the board. But let's talk about the Bills here to start. Josh Allen looked fantastic, 200 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 21 of 30, very efficient.
That 52-yard run.
8 for 74 on the ground with touchdown, highlighted by that 52-yard run where he was just electric. Everything you love about Josh Allen on that play. A lot of people got mad at him for a fake slide. If you watch the replay, it wasn't a fake slide. It was a juke.
Maybe it's not as fast as the other one. So
yeah, maybe him just twitching anyway. Just people thought it was a fake slide. I get it.
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid kind of shows up big there. Stephon Diggs with a nice game. But the Bills look every bit of what we thought they'd be. They look really, really good. Yeah. They're starting to get really, really beat up on defense.
Yes, like really beat up. I think 3 linebackers went out. One was
they just have a cursed linebacker position.
Yeah, they cannot stay healthy.
Bernard,
Bernard's out. Dotson's out. Christian Benford. He was. They just got beat up.
Brutal.
One of the few things going into next week's game. Keep an eye on who the hell is starting at linebacker.
Yeah, Gabe Davis didn't play.
Douglas didn't play. Rapp didn't play in this game. So
any word on if they'll get them back?
They're all listed as day to day. So it's just if they get back, yeah, big deal. They have 9 players or 10 players on day to day, including their punter. That's a big deal too.
I saw that.
That's a big deal too.
I don't know why that was so funny when I saw him. So that's the one who got hurt chasing after the interception.
Yeah,
right?
he
full speed running and
not very fast.
Not very fast and just hammy.
That shit.
I don't know. I just started bursting out laughing when I saw him do it. It just looks so funny to me.
Yeah,
because he just looks like a regular dude out there.
Bro,
you weren't gonna make the team.
That's what I would look like.
Exactly.
If I was on the field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But looking ahead here, they're gonna host the Kansas City Chiefs in a revenge game next week. We're gonna talk a lot about that on Friday.
Yep.
But if you remember last year, the heartbreaking loss to the Chiefs.
And then the year before that.
And the year before that, Josh Allen. And I see him in my mind on the bench tearing up at the end of that game, just leaving it all on the field in very Josh Allen way. I think there's just a storm brewing for the Chiefs.
This is the game that we need to see. Yes. Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes.
By the way, this is the game you need to win. You lose this game, the Bills are out. Right? What do we do? What do we do?
What do we do now? Like we changed. I guess head coach would be the next one. Change head coaches to get a new staff.
Let's look over to the Steelers now. You have anything else on the Bills you want to share?
No, just Josh Allen. We've already talked about Josh Allen enough. James Cook, I thought, did well. And I also thought that Von Miller is just completely...
He's gone. He's washed. And I know you're watching him. I forgot he plays.
I'm watching because I love Von Miller. But he is completely washed.
He's not even rotationally valuable. You just don't see him.
He's just
out there running around.
It's so small that we don't even talk about it anymore. He should retire.
What a bummer. Because this is when he was supposed to be like, their sack specialist guy.
Yeah, but
not there anymore.
Nope.
But yeah, you brought up James Cook. He's been such a cool element for their team. Very surprisingly physical for his size.
Yeah.
Does a lot of dirty work. 18 for 79. That's some tough running.
Yeah.
Against a Steelers defense that was, bent towards stopping them.
Next week against the Chiefs, it'll be very necessary.
Yep.
We'll get into that on Wednesday, on Friday's show, but yeah.
Absolutely. Quickly here, I know we're not doing this today, but so I was looking at Josh Allen in this game, right? And I love Josh Allen. I'm like, okay, where is he in my list of playoff quarterbacks if I were to rank him? I put him at 2.
Who's one?
Lamar Jackson, who's the MVP.
Okay.
I have Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Did I say that word? Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen.
There you go.
Patrick Mahomes as 3 because he's still the champ until someone beats him, in my mind. 4, I put C.J. Stroud. 5, I put Jordan Love. 6, Brock Purdy. 7, Jared Goff. And 8, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Jordan Love and Stroud is like, which one do you like? I mean, everyone's gonna pick Stroud.
Yeah.
So I get it. Yeah.
It's a very close 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Josh Allen, I think the world of him. I'm hoping I'm thinking Super Bowl this year for him.
It'd be so cool if he does, because nice add this to his career. He'll become a Buffalo legend if he does it. But nice add to his career that's otherwise just been the odd man out in most situations in the playoffs or whatever. Just if they win one
next year with all the quarterbacks coming back,
it's
just like, bro, this is your year.
This
you
is your
have
year.
to do it.
You do this. I mean, you still have to face Mahomes.
Yeah.
This the constant Mahomes.
Yeah, this
Andy
is your
Reid.
year, and you still have to go through Mahomes and probably Lamar Jackson, or if not, C.J. Stroud.
Yeah,
so
it's tough.
It's just going to get tougher. More to the Steelers here. They of course started Mason Rudolph, who played better than most people thought. Threw it 40 times, but played pretty well. The running backs gave him next to nothing. They just couldn't run against this Buffalo defense. They played really well against the run. Receiving, it was nice. Everyone had kind of a nice game.
You just saw a team that didn't have a quarterback. That's what it was.
Just woefully undermanned.
Yeah, Rudolph did fine. Better than we thought. But you're just looking at like this team had a quarterback. It just would be a different game.
I'll tell you what, they made the right move in going with Rudolph over Trubisky.
And Pickett.
Yeah. I mean, they're giving them nothing. Like, this is the most competitive I think they could have been with the quarterbacks in their quarterback room.
And for playing without Watt, I thought the defense played solid.
Watt.
Yeah, but, yeah, it's just, it was just kind of unfair.
The offseason, looking ahead for them, I mean, what do you got?
So, Kenny Pickett is what we're talking about.
He has to go.
His career numbers, 13 touchdowns, 13 picks, 4,000 yards.
Those are career numbers?
Yep. Played 12 games in each season.
Those are his career numbers.
This year, six touchdowns, 4 picks, 62%. Threw 62%. His rookie year, career average, 62%. No improvement, no signs of gaining confidence or ability. He had a few moments in rookie year where it's like some scrappy fourth quarter stuff, but like
his best moments are in the preseason.
Yeah, and they picked 20, so they're kind of outside of it. Well, you said this earlier. They should be in the hunt for Justin Fields.
If Tua's available,
or
Russell Wilson would even be an upgrade.
Yeah, it's just you just saw a team that just didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah,
they have pass rusher, they have their wideouts, they have the running back, they have the defense, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny Pickett, you gotta fix the quarterback position. We know Mike Tomlin will be back. I think you have talent at running back. Najee kind of had a bounce back year here. Yeah. Jalen looks really good. Pickens is a stud. We think the world of Pickens. Deontay Johnson's still very, very good.
Freiermuth is still good.
Freiermuth's good. So you're set there in a lot of ways. Offensive line was better this year because if you remember the year before, it was
dookie,
awful. So they got better. Yep. I think Isaac Seumalo, ex-Eagle, did not give up a sack all year. I saw that.
Hey, yeah.
So I mean, they got better. They had the rookie too, Broderick Jones.
Yeah,
Broderick played really well.
Yeah, they've shown improvement. They've drafted very well as they always do. But league's all about quarterback.
I'm thinking about this now, and I'm just thinking, like, I cannot wait to dive into the draft. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a lot of cap. They only have projected $6.7 million in cap room.
So possible quarterbacks who can go there. Sorry. Possible cornerbacks. Quarterbacks. Speaking of cornerbacks, strong year too from Joey Porter Jr.
I hope he's okay. I didn't see what happened.
He got hit in the back.
Yeah. A very dirty play by Connor. I'm remembering now. Connor McGovern.
Terrible.
You piece of crap. Dirty play. Oh, that's dirty play.
Great player.
Yeah. Joey Porter Jr., fantastic career ahead of him. Nailed the pick.
Broderick Jones and Joey Porter Jr.
That's a good job.
To them for a very long time. Also, Benton is not a rookie, but
good
young player as well. Is he a rookie?
Yep. Rookie.
Nailed the draft.
Yep.
Nailed the draft.
They tend to draft well. That's what. Yeah.
Okay, now quarterback-wise, let's do this real quick, and then we'll move on to the next game here. But options for them. Obviously, you mentioned there's a handful of quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah,
I think you need to draft a quarterback regardless.
McCarthy,
just
Penix.
To have something in there.
Yeah,
take a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I think the Penix, McCarthy kind of realm of guys.
Yep.
Just top of my head, I haven't done a lot of such, but those kind of guys would be guys who put them in the right system with the right players could be better. Please don't do Kenny Pickett again. Please, for the love of God, don't do Kenny Pickett again.
I hope not.
He's not good.
Listen, we try to make it work. I get it. He played at Pittsburgh. He played his college game there at Hines or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
And it would have been a cool story. It would have been if he could play football, but he's not. He's not good. No. I think he's a nice backup.
Yeah, solid backup.
He's scrappy. I think he's better than Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
But
Mitch go to the UFL with the Rock.
Yeah, Mitch is done.
Yeah.
But okay, so a team like this is just never going to have a top 10 pick or a top 5 pick because they just never suck. They're never going to tank.
Yeah.
They don't believe in that. And
they also aren't the team that's aggressive and trading for quarterbacks.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Yeah. I think that's the only other way you're going to do it. You have to get either aggressive in a trade or take a flyer on one of these
I wonder if they'd move up
later quarterbacks and maybe hope for like Jalen Hurts was a second-round pick. I think Dak was a third-round pick, so maybe get someone like that. Dak Prescott also, maybe we'll see if he's available.
Pittsburgh is a nice landing spot.
Yeah. Or just trade up and maybe land.
Yeah, 20th pick is tough, but I mean, overall, to seem like every year, Above average, but not anything special.
Okay, let's move on here to the other playoff game, the nightcap.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Eagles lost to the Bucks in the first round. Bucks won the worst division in football. Finished the season 1-5. I mean, both teams limped into the postseason here.
I'm gonna give you a silver lining.
Yeah,
I watched that game.
Both season limped to the postseason here.
Okay.
Well, let me finish real quick.
Okay.
Both season limped into the postseason here. But most people picked the Eagles just on sheer talent. The fact that they went to the Super Bowl last year, the fact that they had Jalen Hurts, yada, yada, yada. And thoroughly embarrassed every facet of the game. I don't know a unit that played well. Special teams played well, but other than that, I don't know a unit that played very well.
The icing on top for them was the Bradbury, whatever the hell that tackle was, and the Bayard over pursuit. Just the guy just running right past them. Yeah. That's when you knew like this is over. This is over.
Bradbury just looked like he was just I'm here so I don't get fined and I'm gonna move on next year because I'm done. Like, he just seemed like he didn't want to play.
A lot of this is we'll just do broad scope already. This locker room this team was just done. They were just checked out.
Yeah, the vibes are off. Like that's what when I watched the game, I turned to you. I said the vibes are just off. No one's excited about anything. No one's angry about anything. People they're just going through the motions here. Yeah. And the Bucks were doing a lot just to keep them in the game. They were getting untimely penalties. They were going 3 and out.
Yeah. The Bucks gave them every opportunity to win this game, and then just pulled away late. But like, not to discount the Bucks win, but it's kind of like the Eagles lost one because we were sitting there like, if they could just awaken this sleeping beast, this is an unfair game.
No one's excited about the prospects here of the Bucks in the playoffs. Like they're probably gonna lose next week.
It's a good story. Like Mayfield, happy for Baker Mayfield.
He made I think $250,000 in that win. He had a pretty incentivized
337 yards passing, three touchdowns. But
the playoff game saying he got incentive in his contract.
Yeah,
Jordan Love got that too, $500,000 for the win he had.
Yeah.
But yeah, Baker, it's a cool story in the league. Played really well, 337, 3 touchdowns, a lot of yak in those.
A lot of yak because the Eagles like I'm not tackling it.
Rashard White looked good. I mean the Bucks look good, but it's almost like they were playing against zombies. They were just, it was an ugly game to watch. Honestly,
I mean, it was ugly to watch. I was sitting there watching with you. I'm like, I don't know how we're still watching this. I would have just.
Well,
it was tough.
I had to watch because it was Jason Kelce's last game.
Yeah,
I had to watch because I wanted to see certain players who were getting a chance and just looking ahead to next year. Let's talk about the Bucks real quick because I feel like we have a lot to say about the Eagles. Okay. Let's talk about the Bucks. Okay, we're not excited next year. Next week they're going to go to Detroit. I think we'll both pick the Lions. I think, but they can throw the ball well, and maybe they get in a shootout there and make it work. They have some real weapons. Godwin looked great. Evans had an off game against the Eagles, but is a top flight receiver.
Yeah, I think there's a chance because the Lions have been exposed at cornerback, and the Buccaneers have pretty good wideouts. They show their depth, at least against Philly. Mike Evans and Godwin had a quiet game, but you can always see them going off. I think it's closer than people think.
Yeah,
Bucks Lions. Yeah.
Going forward, though, has Baker Mayfield earned the right to start next year?
Yeah, but I think you still have your kind of eye towards, if there's some becomes available, we could get this guy.
So you've brought up a name before as far as comparison. That's Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Does he get the Geno Smith treatment now?
A 3-year, big kind of fluffy money deal with basically a 2-year.
A lot of incentives.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking ahead for them, most likely Baker Mayfield back next year. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure the direction of this team. They got some big free agents coming up. Mm-hmm. Biggest is Antoine Winfield, who played really well last night. I would love him. Any team would love him.
Yeah.
Just a defensive cornerstone type guy. They lost Mike Edwards last year, and he turned out just to be a stud over there for Kansas City. I'm not sure where they're at. Are they rebuilding? Are they just retooling?
I think they're just staying relevant. I mean,
yeah.
But they're not sexy. They're not cool. They're just like a good team. Like, that's kind of...
That's what I'm saying. Like, are they...
Yeah, they're kind of in the middle ground.
Like the Saints.
They're in, like, NFL purgatory. They're just like, you're kind of a good team, but you're kind of bad. I don't really like to watch you, but you're kind of relevant.
Yeah, like, you're not going to win everything ever. You're always going to be picking between 17 and, like, 13.
I still don't like Todd Bowles. I don't care if won a playoff game.
Yeah, I think he's an incredible defensive coordinator. But, yeah, I don't trust him as a head coach.
No.
Baker Mayfield, great story. He's not anyone's long-term answer quarterback. No. So I don't like where they are as a franchise. Like, okay. You got some pieces.
We're saying this after they won a
playoff game. You got some pieces, but like, where are you going?
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
Maybe this is just a building year. This is like a retooling year, and they're still relevant. Next year they'll build on this rebuilding year. I mean, good for them. If you're a Buccaneers fan, you're pretty excited. Like, hey,
props to you guys. Yeah,
we lost Brady and we're still relevant.
And you got a playoff one.
Yeah.
And you're going to go to the divisional round. Let's talk about the Eagles here. Of course, 11-6. At one point, they were 10-1 and failed to reach 12 games in the full season and a playoff game. Yeah.
You told me about this last night. I want you to say it on the podcast. Where are you at with Sirianni? Nick Sirianni, head coach. I think.
So I've thought about a ton. Probably the most thing I've thought about in the last 48 hours is Nick Sirianni. Where do we go from him? With him, the thought was, at least among the beat reporters and Eagle fans, stuff like that, was that he's safe, but if it looks like a dumpster fire on Monday against the Bucs, things could be interesting. And it looked like as bad as it could be. Like, it looked as bad as it can be. Jeffrey Lurie just looked pissed in the press box the entire time. Players were fighting on the sideline. Jalen Hurts looked very just annoyed. Defense was just lifeless. The offense was just all the problems they've had all year. I got some numbers on that, but I'll stick with your question. Nick Sirianni, I think, is in danger of losing his job because that's how Howie Roseman works. Above all else, Howie Roseman will not tolerate someone who can't lead men. That's what he loves. And so Doug Peterson lost his job when he lost the locker room. Carson Wentz lost his job when he lost the locker room. Like, that's who Jeffrey Lurie is. He's not incredibly patient. Like, he wants to win. He wants to win now. He wants it to look sharp. He doesn't want to be embarrassed like that. So I think he really put himself in danger. I've kind of made a couple strides myself.
Okay, here we go.
I think Nick Sirianni should come back.
Oh, wow.
I think he should come back. If they do move on from him, I'd be super pumped about Mike Vrabel or Mike McDonald from the Ravens or Ben Johnson, those kind of guys.
Maybe Harbaugh. Like, never know.
Never know. I think he should come back because I think, honestly, the biggest problem was the coordinators. Nick Sirianni, I don't think he can run the offense. I think he's a fine organizational leader. I think they need to find a legit play caller. That's a valuable position. Look what Shane Steichen did when he left.
And look at the play calling yesterday. We were watching it. We were like, this is either a stop route or a go route. No in between.
Against the blitz, they just had no answers. And that's what people knew before the game. That's what happened during the game. And there's just no answers at all. Brian Johnson is the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. He's getting some head coaching.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
His offense sucks.
The only complicated thing there is that he's extremely close friends with Jalen Hurts. Maybe that's why he still even has that position. But I can't see him. There's not a chance he's coming back. He might be a head coach somewhere, but not a chance he comes back as the play caller for the Eagles. Little nugget there for you. Eagles ran 690 screenplays this year for a plus-minus of negative 26 yards.
Oh, my God.
And it was also the NFL single-season low record for yardage on screens. So he ran a ton of ineffective screens over and over again. And we saw that. We saw it all year.
Yeah, I was sitting there wondering, like, if a team, this is not this week, it's the whole season, has A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Goddard, and an electrifying running dual-threat quarterback.
Yeah.
And yet you have the most boring offense in the league. Like, not creative, not, like, innovative at all, just a boring, we're doing this, no motion, where we lined up is where we're going to run out of. That's it.
They gave up on the run early. Just gave up on it.
Like,
DeAndre Swift had a great year, just gave up on it.
Yep.
They, against the blitz, they just had nothing. Just 5 stop routes or go routes. Like, nothing. I remember I could think of one time where they ran a slant against a nickel blitz one time, and it went for like 40 yards to Devonta Smith.
Yep.
Like, it just didn't do it. They just didn't handle the blitz well. I have some numbers on that here. In 2022, last year, the Eagles were blitzed 245 times, 1,500 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 60% completion percentage, 80 first downs.
Solid.
Very similar numbers. I'm not going to read them all, but pretty much the same numbers this year, except 6 more interceptions. So the turnovers were way up this year against the blitz, and you see why. There wasn't easy throws.
No.
Or if there was an easy throw, it wasn't an effective throw. It was the running back standing 5 feet away with no momentum, just throwing it at him with the linebacker right
The infatuation with Kenny Gainwell and the I saw like 4 times or 3 times during the game, wide receivers within 5 feet of each other running a route that's so close. Like, what the hell is
terrible execution, terrible game planning. But all this to say, there's not a chance. They need a new coordinator. They need a play caller.
And then defensively,
Sean Desai didn't do well. and then he got canned. Many people think Aikman really went off last night about him thinking that was a premature kind of panic move when they put Matt Patricia in there. He might be right because Matt Patricia's been terrible.
Yeah.
Now, back-to-back years with offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, neither of them makes sense.
Is he good at football?
Is he is he
what
good?
Do you do,
I
Matt?
thought he was smart. Yeah. That's probably why he keeps getting jobs. But
he looks cool, I guess.
They need a new DC. I mean, I just don't believe. Number one, there's no panic for Jalen Hurts. No. I have zero panic for Jalen Hurts. I've seen him be great. I think it was a tough hand he got this year with offensive play calling, and I think he did the best he could. Coordinators need to go. I think Nick Sirianni could stay, or he could go. I'm pretty indifferent. Because a day ago I was like, fire this fool. Yeah, get this guy out of here. Did you see the fan who threw popcorn at him?
Yeah, I'm on team fire him. I think this.
I'm not against it.
Wasting a team like this
because he
lost the locker room is that's unacceptable.
I'm not defending him, and he's shown some things. And everything gets covered by winning, right? So last year they went to the Super Bowl, so no one was bad talking Sirianni, but he does some things where it's like a little cringy as far as like I wonder how guys see that. So a couple of things like this year when he went through the tunnel after beating Kansas City, and he's yelling about what do you say now, effing Chief fans or whatever, like just yelling at like himself, but obviously yelling to send a message because he knows the camera's on him type thing. Yeah. And then there's a lot of little instances where he's doing something kind of childish or kind of petty, and like even Jalen Hurts is like, bro, chill. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like
it's a little. I think if you're losing and you're doing that, you're like, what are you doing?
That's what I was gonna say next. I think last year they were winning, and it's like just Nick being Nick. This year they're doing it, it's like it's just Nick being ineffective.
Please stop, Nick.
Yeah, like
I'm on team fire him because this team is too talented. This was a sleeping giant that never awoke. Like. They had all the weapons in the world. They had offense, defense, everything.
They had elite units.
The team just didn't fight for him. That's what happened. It didn't fight for the head coach. That's what happened.
A lot of them have come out and defended him like in the media. No one's really come for Sirianni, which is I thought interesting. I saw an interview from Hassan Reddick, kind of just like, I'm not going to fire Nick. Jalen Hurts was like, I didn't know he was leaving. Like so I think he might be back. What I was going to say, though, is so I follow this beat reporter. His name's Elliot Shore-Parks. He's beat reporter for the Eagles. He said this. He said, this might be the truth for the Eagles. Kind of like, let's cut through the emotion of this loss, the emotion of a failed season. This might just be it. Tell me if you agree with this. Okay, he lists several things here about the Eagles. It's just hard to come off for a Super Bowl loss.
Yeah.
Okay. Eagles had the hardest schedule in the league.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe a little beat up. It's very hard to change both OC and DC in the same offseason.
There's a lot of excuses, though. I'm not sure I like this.
Right, but I just wanted to like each thing, like it could be a true thing or not. They botched the DC change in season and made their job even harder. So like they straight up messed up the defensive coordinator in the offseason, and then when they try to fix it, they messed it up even worse.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last thing has here, Sirianni didn't do a good job. Sirianni didn't do a good job of leading. Jalen Hurts didn't do a good job of leading. They need to wear this as the leaders of this team, as like you failed as leaders this year.
Yeah.
Kind of baselining it there. I thought those were good, solid things. I mean, I don't love the tough schedule thing because like our schedule is schedule.
It's
but
NFL.
Other than that, it's like OCDC is hard to change in the same offseason. You messed up the defensive coordinator thing.
And we say it all the time. These super windows, you think they're open for a long time. It could just be 1 year.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Like you look at the Eagles. It's a prime example. Like last year, thought, they're going to be right back in it. And they first round bounce this year.
Looking ahead, what do you got?
They have a ton of free agents. Yeah. I don't know how Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Shaq Leonard, DeAndre Swift, Quez Watkins, who you're a huge fan of.
I can't
stand a lot of, and Brandon Graham's already come out and said he wants to return for a farewell season.
So is Lane Johnson. Not a farewell season, several years.
Yeah. It's just like they have a lot of free agents and only $26 million in cap and a lot of draft picks. And they've done a good job of drafting replacements. So I'm wondering if this is the year or like where they finally just move on from a couple guys. They've drafted D tackles in like every round, every draft in the last 3 years, and they're all pretty good.
Yeah.
So Fletcher Cox might be on the edge. Brandon Graham played well.
Brandon Graham's gonna be back, and he'll be in the rotation still. I thought Josh Sweat played well, even though he really hit a wall there halfway through.
Linebackers got to be addressed. Linebacker has to be addressed.
Nolan Smith played well toward the end there. I think their edges are fine. You might want to add some depth there. I think the tackle is fine. You might want to add some depth there. Milton Williams, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, you're fine next year. Fletcher Cox, I think he still plays next year, but not in Philly. I think he was pretty much signed with Baltimore this past offseason, and they did the whole run it back thing.
Yeah.
As all the 1-year deals that you read.
Yeah.
So I think defensively up front, they're fine. After that, you change everything. You're bringing up linebacker? Yes. It's time this is the one thing that I think Howie Roseman has just never moved off of and been incredibly stubborn on, is that he's never valued the off-ball linebacker. And it hurts us every single year.
And I said I was wrong about it, too. TJ Edwards leaving was a big deal.
I mean, we see it across the league. Jordan Hicks, still good.
Yep.
TJ Edwards, still, I mean, obviously the stud there in Chicago, a cornerstone type guy. And just, we try to bandit it. We try to get cheap with it, and just it hasn't worked. Besides linebacker, though, the defensive backfield, you got to redo it completely. I think Slay needs to go. I think Bradbury needs to go very far away.
I don't think he's in the league next year. He played horrible.
That's one of the worst games I've ever seen at quarterback.
Like, horrible.
Yeah. Just no interest in tackling. People have been burning them all year.
No interest in covering.
Yeah. Safety, I don't think Kevin Byard's back. And that's tough because I think we spent a third on him.
Yeah.
Or a fourth.
Or has he been good? No.
Hasn't been good all year.
Yeah.
Unless Vrabel comes to town, because then him and Vrabel.
Oh.
But Reed Blankenship was, I think, a Pro Bowl alternate or something like that, and he was fine, but I don't know if he's the answer.
He missed the game. This game. So, it's hard to see him.
And with the tackling the way it was, he's by far our best tackler in the backfield.
Yeah, he could have been a difference maker.
He'll be back. Besides that, everyone.
The DBs are.
Keely Ringo, nope. Eli Ricks, the undrafted free agent, nope. Vontae Maddox didn't look good last night. I know he tried. I think he kind of just made it back for a playoff run, but doesn't look ready.
You guys aged really quickly, but that front will cover up a lot of your weaknesses in the secondary. It's very good front, a very good D line. I should say.
And that was the biggest thing. We led the league in sacks last year.
Yeah.
This year, nowhere close, and that's the biggest problem.
Your top guy had 11 sacks.
Biggest problem.
Josh Sweat. Yeah.
Last thing I have here, looking forward for the Eagles. A report came out from Howard Eskin that they are not interested at all in Bill Belichick if Nick were to be fired. And then, just the veterans that said they're coming back. Cool to see Lane Johnson come back.
Yeah, and Eagles draft pick wise, they have a first, 2 seconds, and they're projected to have 5 comp picks, 1/3 and 4 fifth-round picks.
Howie Roseman, and that's what he does well.
Yeah.
He does well. Asset management is his strong suit.
I mean, 1 first and 2 seconds, you can really do some moving around up and down. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
I hope he finally invests in linebacker and safety. That's just what I want to see. Please. For the love of God, please.
Yeah.
We need depth at the receiver room. We saw it this year. This last game.
Yep.
We had to give major snaps to Quez Watkins and Julio Jones.
Julio Jones just got hurt.
Julio Jones, I think, played well for what they asked him to, but he's not a guy that you're.
And then he got hurt. Yeah.
A.J. Brown's in. Yeah. We'll just don't worry. We're at Julio.
Quez Watkins, I'm sick of Quez Watkins just running really fast to nowhere.
Yeah, he doesn't belong in the NFL. Honestly, he's terrible. They need help in the wide receiver room, but we'll see what happens. If some major change happen, I think it's going to happen soon. Howard usually doesn't wait on that, so I think Wednesday, Thursday is going to happen.
Yeah,
if it's going to happen, and we'll see what happens. We'll see. I mean, make sure you're following on the socials. If something goes down there in the coaching room, we'll definitely be talking about it. That's all I got for the Eagles. Good season, boys, and we'll see you next year.
And let's, as a wrap up of this Super Wild Card weekend, rate it 1 to 10. It was a 10. It's a pretty football.
Total? Yeah, fantastic football.
Oh my God.
Even the blowouts were the storylines were amazing with the Cowboys.
Stroud Love, headline it.
Yeah, Stroud Love, and also the defenses they both tore up.
Yeah.
Lions. The Browns defense. That happening to them. Myles Garrett not having a single sack or being hurt from that game.
And the Cowboys.
The Cowboys getting destroyed. Michael Parsons not being hurt from that game. Just crazy. These young quarterbacks that's fun. It's when you start to see these young guys, come to age, and then you're going to bring up the
Rams, Lions, Stafford versus Goff. That was electric television.
Super fun. And this next week is going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be really cold again in Buffalo. CJ Stroud's going to take on the best team in the NFL.
Oh my God,
that's amazing. You got goosebumps when you
I said that. I love the Ravens and I love Stroud, so I'm very excited to see this game.
The Lions don't celebrate yet, guys. You might get 2 playoff wins.
Yeah.
They're going to play the Bucs. They're going to be favored, and they should win that game.
That's what the Bucs want.
Yeah. And then, of course, we have Jordan Love going to Santa Clara, facing the 49ers, what Papa Aaron Rodgers couldn't do.
He couldn't beat the Niners.
And to me, man, I love an underdog. Go Pack, go Texans.
Yeah.
But for me, Bills are my boys. I'm picking them. How'd you do in picks this week? Did you know?
I did pretty bad.
Did you? Did you pick? Okay.
I picked Cowboys and Browns, so I lost 2. Yeah.
Okay. Let me pull up these picks real quick so we can go through them.
Okay.
See how we did.
I fill time with some life advice.
Yeah. Life advice from Angel. Go ahead.
Don't smoke.
Yep.
Tip your waiters.
Okay, so here's mine.
Those are life.
Thanks, Angel.
Yeah.
Strong starts at 30-something segment.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I got the Texans pick right. That's 1-0. I got the Chiefs pick right. 2-0. Bills right. That's 3-0. Bucks lost that. That's 3-1. Picked the Eagles, and I shouldn't have. I picked the Lions, 4-1, and I picked the Packers. That's 5-1. I did pretty well.
You brought this up just so you could dance on it.
No, 5-1. Okay, let's see how you did. You picked the Eagles.
Yep.
Okay, 1-0. You picked
1.
Lions or Rams.
I picked the Rams.
Oh yeah.
No.
Sorry, gosh.
It's in front of you. Tell me what I picked.
don't have yours in front. I just have mine.
Oh.
You remember? You not remember?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just saying that because you don't want to go.
You know, I picked the Buccaneers. I picked the Rams. I picked the Lions. You know what I'm saying? I picked the Packers. I picked the Texans.
You're still lucky.
6-0.
You're still lucky I lost it. But anyway, I think we gave some. I think for the most part, besides my emotional pick of the Eagles, I think for the most part we gave some pretty solid.
How am I supposed to know that Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons are going to be total?
I knew that. I picked
ass.
I picked those
during the playoffs.
Dak Prescott. I picked those.
Crazy.
So
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons. We've been praising Myles Garrett all season just for him to be goosed.
Wah, wah.
Crazy. The NFL is a wild world. Anyone can be anybody. Do not pick games lightly. It's why I always talk about the Buccaneers. I'm like, this is what the Buccaneers want. They want everyone to count them out. They want everyone to look. They got this far for a reason. We'll see.
Still no word on what's happening in Jerry's world there with Mike McCarthy.
Jerry is cooking something up.
So we didn't hear anything today on it's
a 24 hours
Tuesday,
of spanking.
Yeah. Tuesday he did nothing. Let's see what happens.
He's been spanking. What's his name for this long?
Quinn seems like he has one foot out the door already, either Seattle or somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think there could be some huge Dallas news here. Before we wrap up, is there anything that's come across your Twitter, your phone, whatever, where you think that would be a crazy move? What's the craziest move that you can think of that could happen, but it's not really being talked about because it's that crazy? I'll go first to let you think about it.
Okay.
My first one is this: Cowboys could move on from Dak.
Yeah.
That's crazy because you put Dak as a free agent a trade piece around the league. I mean, he's immediately above Justin Fields. A team with Dak, I mean, I'm thinking Broncos. I'm thinking Steelers. I'm thinking Dolphins. Like, if you float him around the league, I think that's a small possibility here because he has to pay him some major bucks to keep him around.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is that too crazy?
No.
Got anything?
I'm on the full shout thing. I think he's better than most quarterbacks. I take him over Josh Allen right now. Quarterbacks that are doing good right now. I take him over. I think it's thoroughly impressive, and I really, if he could do it against the Browns, he could do it against the Ravens. That's my mindset right now.
Okay, so next year we're gonna have this guy as like a top 4, 5 quarterback
because he's done it in the regular season and the postseason.
But then after, I mean, they're gonna add a ton to this team.
Because they can, yeah.
They're going to add a ton to this team.
Yep.
Their offensive line's going to get upgrades. Their weapons are going to upgrades. Their defense they're going to get upgrades across the board after doing what they're doing this year.
Yep.
They're going to be the sexiest of sexy picks besides the Packers.
The sexy pick.
So I mean, let me shoot you some names here. Okay. Josh Allen.
Sure.
Okay, so let's do. Okay, you're gonna do that. Okay. Josh Allen.
I'll take Stroud.
Wow. Next year.
I'll take Stroud.
Okay, I disagree, but okay.
I'll take Stroud.
Patrick Mahomes. Shut up. Are you serious?
I'll take Patrick Mahomes.
Are you serious?
No, I'll take Stroud. Stroud.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, Stroud. I think he's
the best quarterback in the NFL.
I think he's playing the best football.
No. I'm saying next year, going into next year, when we rank the quarterbacks,
he'll be like
you're taking Stroud above Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
Well, he needs some time to cook. Hold on, I'm not sure.
You just said it. What are you talking about?
When I say it out loud, I'm like,
Joe Burrow.
I take him over Joe.
Oh my God, you are lost in the sauce.
No, I don't care. You tell me where his faults are, but please, I would love to know.
Jeez,
he's just a dog.
I listen.
Freaking dog.
I don't. Lamar Jackson.
I take him over Lamar.
So he's the best quarterback in the league.
He might be. If he beats the Ravens, I don't hear shit. He's going to beat the Ravens.
There's nothing wrong about being excited about someone. There's nothing wrong about it. And the thing is, too, what's going to be a little harder is like, holy crap, is Jordan Love just as good as CJ Stroud?
Yeah.
And then we're lost.
Then we're like, where the fuck are we?
The thing about Love, though, is the point we were making the other day, or I was making, is he's been way more up and down. And the thing about Love, why I'm not so gracious with him, he's not a rookie. No. Pretty much what he is this year is what he is, which we've seen. At points, he could be very, very, very good. Good enough to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe next year he evens out a little bit more, or, we've seen quarterbacks have good years and then fall off, of course, have good years and built on it. So we'll see.
At one point this year, I read that he had the worst QBR in the league. So I'm saying that's like a high, but we've seen the last 10 games now.
Yep.
20 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
One.
Just tore up the Cowboys. Yep. I can't not wait to see him in Santa Clara.
Quarterback play is going to be phenomenal with a draft full of quarterbacks. The NFL is in a great spot. I freaking love it. Sean Payton, get one of these guys, please. Please, Broncos, get one of them.
That's our show for today. That's our Wednesday show. Hump Day show.
Hump Day.
Looking forward to Friday's show. We're going to preview all the games for the divisional round of the playoffs. We will see you Friday. Have a great week.
Peace.
Bye.